What is up, YouTube? Sean the Average Angler, and I am out in the boat on this Memorial Day afternoon. And I was just thinking, there's two baits that I can think of that will always catch fish. I've really yet to run into a time when these two baits will not catch fish. And sometimes they'll catch a ton of fish, but these will always get bit. That is the Yamamoto Senko. There's a lot of stick bait brands out there and stuff. You can pick and choose the ones you like. For this particular video, I go with the Senko, okay? And I love the Dinger too. I just use the Dinger for other things. But you can fish a Senko so many different ways. All right, you can Texas rig it. That's a 4/0 EWG. When this first came out, this was the way. You can, I had a friend that, both of these baits, I have friends that's all they fished. I had a friend that fished nothing but that Senko with an EWG, and he put a split shot, 16 to 18 inches in front of it, okay? He caught so many big fish on that, and he didn't do nothing special. He cast it out, drag it around, cast it out, drag it around. I mean, pretty simple. Way number two, you could Wacky rig it, okay? This is a weedless Wacky hook on there. And then you could very easily change that with a nail weight. Insert your nail weight. And the lead ones are cool because you can break them off wherever you want, right? So you don't have to use the whole weight. But then you got a Neko rig. You can also fish them on a shaky head, which I prefer the style with the barb to it rather than the screw-on, just because the screw-on tends to tear out. Now this owner one's pretty good, but you could fish it either way. You can fish it on a Ned head. And here's a head that you can fish them on that isn't quite as popular, at least around here in my parts. And that's a weedless hook. You can throw this thing in some pretty heavy duty stuff, right? And it fishes pretty well in rock. And I've fished them Wacky on this, okay? That's the way this was meant to be fished Wacky. We all know the potency of a Senko. You can Wacky rig a Senko on a drop shot. That's another way you could do it. It's kind of endless to your creativity on ways to fish a Senko. I don't know why I pulled that O-ring off. One thing I will do when I'm fishing Wacky is I will pre-rig my O-rings. You can see there that the O-ring's on there, ready to go, okay? Don't have to waste time. But I want to show you another method, and this one's actually much better than the regular O-ring. These are TKO. And they're special pliers to put it on, but these, let me show you this. This is clear plastic tubing, and it actually works much, much better. I use these a lot when I'm in tournaments, so I don't have to keep changing it, okay? Just put it on the pliers, spread the pliers open, drop your Senko in, pull it down, and you just slide that O-ring down off the end of that, and then you have your O-ring there. You can hook it through this way or this way. So it's good to Neko rig, and it's also good to Wacky rig. Anyway, I really like these TKOs. TKO tungsten. That's where I got these pliers, and they make the O-rings in several different sizes based on what size you want to put it on. All right, so a senko, I have yet to run into the day where they won't eat a senko. And there might be times or bodies of water where you need to drop down to a 4-inch. The other bait is going to be the 3.3-inch Kitech. Now, it doesn't have to be the Kitech. You can throw any of the other brands, the Flashy Swimmer. This is the Fat Impact. Could be the Kitech, not Flashy Swimmer, a thinner one. Can't remember now. But numerous other brands, Strike King, Rage Swimmer, those are really good too. The X-Zone Swammers are really good. And again, there's a ton of ways to fish them, right? You can fish them on your traditional, this is a fish head underspin. You can fish it weedless on the Flashy Swimmer. And these come in different blades, folks. Don't just be stuck with the silver ones. This is a gold one. They also have some with Colorado blades. You can use a regular Swimbait jig head. You can, and I've gone over this recently in other videos, works really, really good on a free rig, especially if you're bed fishing. The other one is the Core Tackle. This is the hover style one. And they also have the Swimbait one. Both work really good. The difference is this one you go in a 1/4 inch back from the top. The Swimbait one you go in through the nose just like you would any other time. If you need me to show you how to do that, someone put down in the comments and I'll go over rigging of it in another video. But I don't want to keep you all too long. It's Memorial Day weekend. A lot of you will probably be watching this your first day back to work. If you're struggling to get bit on a tough day, these are two baits that I will say, if you commit to them, you will catch fish. And you may even figure out the pattern. Most of us, me included, have the problem, if I'm not getting bit, I'm changing up to something else. Okay? This is worth the money. It'll save you money in the long run. Even if you drop down to a 4-inch senko. If it's really, really tough, you can drop down to the 4-inch senko. Let me tell you, they eat it. And the other way you can read the senko, if I forgot to say this, because I love doing this, is all fishing on a net head. You got all kinds of weight with a senko, and it doesn't matter whether it's 3, 4, or 5 inch. Even the Pro Senko, which is the thin one, they bite them. They bite them on a net head. You can use a small ball head. Don't be afraid to go light. They'll eat them up, especially if they've been seeing a lot of them. It's fished away that they don't normally see them. They will eat them. Think outside the box, folks. That makes a big difference on pressured fisheries. All right. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.